Good morning, Manadal.
Good morning, sir.
Very good morning. See here, na? Python Programming Laboratory, third expense. 2 are completed now. Up to control structure, we have completed now. Go for third one, ma. List. Week third, list. First one, read list of numbers and print the numbers divisible by x but not y. Understand the problem statement? All of you understand the problem? See here. First, you say that read a list of numbers and print the numbers. So what are the numbers you are reading? That numbers we have print the numbers. But what is the criteria? What are the number you have print? Divisible by x but not y. First one. For example, assume x equal to 4 and y may be the 5. Here first read. Taking the number into the list. How to take the numbers in list? Now L is a one list variable. Now I am writing here integer of x for x in right. Now integer x for x in input. Enter the number that's filled. Now this is a function. First read the enter the number. So whatever the numbers you have entered, that is filled. Filled is a function. Default it take as a space. So one by one, if you given the space, that is taken as a separate element. Now first one. So take a first for x. First one take it. That is type of converted to integer. Then that is loaded into L. L is what type? Here observe that it is a braces. So this braces is indication to list. So taking first initially taking the numbers into the list. Get it now? So after that, now I am reading x and y value, or we can define, we can initialize also. So x equal to 4 or y may be the 5. Or otherwise, we can read, enter the value of x that is converted to integer and then loaded into x. Similarly, y also, enter the value of y converted to integer and then loaded into y. Or directly, we have to initialize x equal to 4, x equal to 4, or y equal to 5. We can initialize this. After that, what is the logic now? What is the problem? Print the number divisible by x but not y. Now here, taking one by one, result is a one variable, that is also list type. So divisible number by x. Now I am taking result. In result, res is a one variable, that is a list, that is a data type of list. Now for I in L, I is a one element, L is a sequence. See, like here, element, and L is a sequence. In L, taking one by one. For example, L equal to, now I here define the elements as L equal to, I define like this, L equal to 2 comma 1 comma 9 comma 8 comma 6, so on, so like this, or 4, next a like this. We can define, we have take like this. What happened here? In I is a one variable, that is taking one by one element. I is a element, that is taken the first element for I in L. So now take a first element in L. What is the first element? That is 2. 2 percentage x. What is the x? X may be 4. So is it divisible? 2 is divisible by 4 equal to 0. In case if it is divisible, that I is adding to result. Result res is a one of the data type, list data type. We store that in. If it is not divisible, else continue. Continue means skip that iteration. For example, 2 not divisible, 1 not divisible. Okay, ma 4 percentile 2. X is a 4. 2 percentile 4. Is it divisible? 2 percentile 4 equal to 0. Is it true or false? Yes, tell me, ma. Checking whether the element is divisible by X or not. If yes, yes. Right. Yes. Tell me, ma. Is it divisible or not? If it is divisible, then that is adding to RES. Otherwise, skip that iteration. 2, 1, 9, not divisible. 8, yes, divisible. So that is adding to result. Next 6, not divisible. 4, yes, divisible. Then adding to the result. Otherwise, it is the skip the iteration. So this is a program for divisible by T, reading the list of numbers, and which is divisible by X but not Y. So finally we have to display X. What is the X value? 4. 4 is divisible. Numbers which are divisible by X, or what is that? My result. Finally having the result element will display these curly braces. Write the algorithm. First write it and write the program for this one. This is the algorithm.
Sir? Sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, instead of adding numbers that are divisible by X to result, we can remove.
Yes.
Sir, we are creating another list called result, no, sir.
Another way. Okay. What is the way, ma'am?
Sir, no, sir. We are creating another list called result, no, sir.
Wait.
Yes, sir.
I'm not getting your voice, mother. So wait. Tell me, ma.
Sir, sir, we are using another list called result, no, sir.
Yes, ma. Yes.
Sir, instead of using that result list, we can remove numbers that are divisible by Y from initial list, no, sir.
Okay, we can do. Okay. Skip that numbers and okay. Instead of the results, we can directly
remove numbers that are divisible by Y.
Divisible by Y. Okay, ma. Okay, that's also done. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, that's also done. Yes, ma. First write the algorithm and then write the code for this one, ma. And at the same time, this is only one solution, ma. Always I'm telling you, just this is a one solution for this problem. You can write in n number of ways. The same problem statement can solve in n number of ways, like Vivekananda told that. So whatever the number not divisible, just that is ignore that. Okay, you can take that one. Yes, ma'am.
ఈ రిజల్ట్ అంటే ఏంటి సార్ అసలు?
RES అనేది మనం ఏంటంటే ఒక లిస్ట్ తీసుకున్నాం. హియర్ టేకింగ్ వన్ లిస్ట్ హియర్. రిజల్ట్ అంటే ఏంటంటే ఫైనల్ గా మనకు వచ్చిన వాల్యూని అందులో ఎలిమెంట్స్ ని 1 by 1 యాడ్ చేసుకుంటూ వస్తున్నాం. గెట్ ఇట్ మా? 43.
ఓకే సార్.
కాదమ్మా, ఇక్కడ ఏం చేస్తున్నాం అంటే రిజల్ట్ ఈజ్ ఏ వన్ థింగ్. ఇక్కడ ఇది ఏమవుతుందంటే రిజల్ట్ ఈజ్ ఆల్సో టైప్ ఆఫ్ ఏ లిస్ట్. హౌ కెన్ యూ కంక్లూడ్ ఇట్? స్క్వేర్ బ్రాకెట్స్. సో this data type is considered as a list. Accepted or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So why I'm taking this result? So whenever I means I is taking 1 by 1 element from a list. A list, initially I'm reading the elements. Okay, so now I is a one element that is taking one by one element in list. So now next I'm taking first element. For example, L contain 2, 4, 5, something, some elements. First one is a 2. 2 divisible X is now we have defined what is the first element, second element. Our criteria is divisible by X. So
Yes.
is it divisible or not? If it is divisible, okay, Nama, then that I present I value append to result. What is the result? Result is a list, another list.
Yes, sir.
Otherwise, if it is not divisible, for example, 9 is not divisible by 4. So what happens? It is go to the else, skip that iteration, continue. So skip that iteration. If it is divisible, that I is adding to result of a list. Result is a one data type, that is a list one.
Yes, sir.
Okay, ma? So finally, I'm printing the what is the X, what is the result. So X is divisible by, now here I'm writing numbers which are divisible by curly braces. This curly braces place print the X value. So this curly braces print the X value, and this curly braces print the result value. So for example, 4, 8, what are the result having like 4, 8, 12 like that. So now in a list, what are the number which is divisible by the 4, that numbers are printed here. So what is the string I am printing? Numbers which are divisible by X. X means 4. 4 are divisible by what are the elements? That elements are displayed. That is the result. So now here result is the list. I'm adding the what are the elements which is divisible by the X, that elements are adding to results. Or
Result.
second case, we can take second case, not divisible Y. So that is ignore that. Okay, right, like that logic also. Okay. Right.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. First write the algorithm, then write the program for this. Directly practice in laptop. When those people who are on in a Zoom account in laptop, directly we have to open the Python edit, Python interpreter. Then we can practice this program. I will see, once if anybody do that, I will share the screen. Can you show me your screen now? If anybody done this one, yes, ma? Anyone? Anyone write the program for this one, ma? Yes, ma. For the first one, read. my first program. Now write. Read list of numbers and print the number divisible by x but not y. Assume this x may be 4 and y may be the 5. Okay. Now this is a experiment for which one? Week 3. List experiment week 3. See here now. First read list of numbers. So first one. Now here see the algorithm. There is no. Right. First, what is in algorithm? L. Now I am taking L or whatever the variable. Now I am taking as some R. R equal to reading list of integer. R equal to first initially I am read the elements. Integer of now see here. I want to read the first like taken this one may be taken as a integer of a, that is for x for a in input of first I am reading the list of elements like enter list elements or list enter R elements. Enter list elements. Close the quotation. Then spill function. What is the use of spill function? Yes, anybody told that? What is the use of spill function? Yes.
Sir, separates individual values given in the same lines.
Yes, right. Very good. Separated the reading values. Okay, whatever you taking from input, that values you are separating. Space. With a space, it is treated as a different. First one, second one, third one, so like. So now, after that, read the elements. What is the next step, ma? So now here reading x and y. See step 2, ma. Step 2. I want to read x and y. In algorithm, left side you observe that x element and y element are directly in our problem statement directly given the values, x value and y value. Now take that value like x equal to 4. If in our problem we get x equal to 4, y equal to 5. Otherwise, I want to read elements from x and y. We have to write like this: integer input, enter the value for x. Next, similarly for y also. Okay, after read the x and y, then what is the next step, ma? Now I am right here. Result is a one variable, or directly I don't want to this one. Just I am directly taking one by one element for I in L. For I in L, taking one by one number. If I, what is that, ma? I in R, not L. Yes, R. I in R. So if I means this is the first element divisible by divisible by x equal to 0 if it is divisible. And I am writing condition here only, and y not, what do you write here, ma? Not equal to y not divisible by the y not divisible by the y percentile I percentile y not divisible equal to something, you are right as 0, not divisible by y. Accepted? See here. Then simply I am print I only, print I. Just simple. I am write another different logic here. So what I am write here, if I is divisible by x but not y, so print I. I is taking 1 by 1 element from R. See how this logic works. See ma, tracing part is a very important. Everyone listen carefully. See here, output of this one. What is the R value? R is a list that is user defined. Then write like this. What are the elements, ma? For example, I am given elements as 4, 5, 6, 8, 12. Yes. Now what is I? I is a element or variable. Now taking I, that is part of a R, reading 1 by 1. Take the first element. What's the first element? I taken as a 4. First initially I is taken as a 4. 4 percentile x. Now x value is assumed that it is a 4, y value is a 5. Assume that according to our problem statement. Now taken x value 4 and y is a 5. Or we want need different elements, we can read that one on. Right. X 4 percentile 4 equal to 0. Yes. And the second one, ma, not equal to y, not divisible by the y. Yes, condition is true. And means both conditions are true, first one and second one. Yes, print I. So now print the 4. Next one. Take the next one. So again, this is in loop. Next, I is updated the indexing. That value is taken as a 5. 5 is divisible by 4x. I value is a 5. At present, I value is a 5. I percentile x. 5 percentile 4 equal to 0. Condition is failed. Any one condition fail, it's not entered in print the I value. Just skip that one. Next, increment the next value. What is the next value? I is updated the indexing for 6. 6 is divisible by 4. 6 is divisible by 4, ma? 6?
No, sir.
No. So that is also false. Okay. Then again take next element. What is the next? I will take as a incremented the loop, increment the indexing value. That takes a 8. Yes, 8 is divisible by x. X is a 4. Yes, ma? 4 percentile x. Yes, divisible. Divisible. Right.
Kita bagalala.
Yes. $39. Right, no? Yes. Right. So next 8. 8 is printed. I'm not adding the result. So now taken as the next one. Next one, 12. 12 is divisible by 4, but not y. So taken 12. That is also printed. Print I. So 12. So these 3 elements are printed. So this is the thing. What are the elements here taken? 4, 5, 6, 8, 12. So now these elements are printed because of which is divisible by the x, but not y. Clear? See, run this one. Enter the list of elements. Tell me, ma. 4, like taking space. Space is still the function which is divide the two elements. Without a space, that is considered as a single element. Now 4, 5, 6, 8, 12, like this. Then these are all the elements taken into the list, and then what is our program, which is divisible by the 4 but not y. Y is a 5. So 4, 8, 12. I want to print these all elements in a single line. Yes, what is the code you have right here? What's the code, ma? All elements should be right into a single line. 4, 8, 12. These are printed in different means the new line. 4 is printed in
End equal to space, sir. White space.
yes, right. Here, ma. End equal to here, right? Comma. End equal to just quotation. Now see here. Given the elements, like we can given the different elements also, ma. Not only these elements, we can give the different elements. Now, what's the difference? First output and second, which is printed in a single line. All result will print in a single line. That is the end. End equal to. This is not a function, ma. Yes, it is in like command. Clear? This is the first one, ma. Read it now. Or otherwise we can do second type also, like a result taken if I percentage x according to our algorithm. Sima, according to our algorithm, what I am right, define the result, and result will adding to append I means whatever the element is divisible by x, that is adding to result. If it is not divisible, continue means skip that iteration, else I am right as a skip that iteration. Then finally I am printing x and results. This also works. Or we can write like this also. This is one solution. I am already n number of time I am told you that this is a one solution. We can write n number of solutions to a problem statement. Okay. Charan Sai, change your name to roll number, ma. Everyone, Kumaraswamy, Kiran Mai, Mohan Krishna, Abjar, Rajkumar, Saket. Change your name to roll number, ma. Gayatri also, Charan Sai. Everyone change your name to roll number. అక్కడ మీకు అటెండెన్స్ తీసుకునేటప్పుడు మీ నేమ్ కనిపిస్తుంది, మీ రోల్ నెంబర్ కనిపించకపోతే వాళ్ళు ఏం చేస్తారో సింపుల్ గా ఆబ్సెంట్ అని రాసేస్తారు. ఎవరివన్ చేంజ్ యువర్ నేమ్ టు రోల్ నెంబర్. చేంజ్ ఇట్ నౌ. మోహన్ కృష్ణ, సాకేత్, గాయత్రి. Yes, is it clear now? Any doubts regarding this one, ma?
No, sir.
Okay, right. Shall I move to next one?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. Second example. Second one, practice it, ma. So parallelly you have practiced these programs also. Right. See the second one. See, read list of numbers and print read list of number. First line is common. Okay, ma? Read the list of numbers and even integer from the 1463. What is the odd number sum? 101. What is the even sum in a list elements, ma? Even sum 10, 14. So that is 24. Other than this, 23,
1563. Now that's value is a 101. Get it? Yes, try to write the code for this one. How to find odd integers from a list and sum of even integer from the list. Second example. Right. What's the problem statement? Try to write the code for this one. Yes, with yourself. Right. $24. See here. First read. Same. First step is common for this. Is also read list of integers. You can read. This is a line. You have to copy that. There is a common for this. What's the next step? This is a common for this one. Read one elements, and then this is load into or taking elements from the list. That is the first step. What is the next step? What is the logic? How to find even or odd in the given list? Yes, ma'am. Even or odd. How to find it?
X percentage 2 is equals to 0.
Yes, ma'am. Kalyan.
X percentile 2 is equals to
Yes,
0.
given number. Yes, R reading number is R. R is assigned to a one variable I. So I percentile X. X is a I percentile 2 equal to 0. Okay, right. Good. So here that is simple logic. So percentile given number percentile 2 equal to that is the number is divisible by 2. Percentile 2 equal to 0. That is a even. Otherwise odd. So now write the algorithm for this one. See here. Now first I am reading the L. So here enter the, this is taking numbers into the list. First one, taking the numbers into the list. Okay, that is R whatever. This is a user defined. You can write any name for here except the keyword names like R, L, K, whatever. Now odd and initially odd sum and even sum. Initially I will take the two variable that is defined as a 0. Now in L, for example, L contains some elements here. In this, according to this algorithm, L is a list that contains some element. What are the elements? 23. Now reading the number, similar number for input. A problem statement elements like 23, 10, 15, 14, 63. This is the elements in a list, taking the numbers into the list. Now initially even sum, odd sum, both are 0. Now I am writing here even sum, okay, odd sum OS, even sum ES. I am writing a short form. So both are initially 0. Both are initially defined set as 0. Now taking one by one, I is a one element, that is taking the element one by one from the list. So I is a one variable that is taking the elements one by one element from list. That is L. So 23. Now taking I is a, at present I value is a 23. 23 percentile 2 equal to 0. Checking whether the element is even or not. If it is yes, add it to even sum. Otherwise it is added to odd sum. Now here taken, if it is true, what is that? Is it true or false? 23. 23 is a even number or odd number? What's the
number.
logic?
Odd number.
Yes, odd number. Now if condition is fail, immediately it is go for else. So odd sum equal to odd sum plus I. Odd sum is initially 0. 0 plus at present value 23. Now it is in 23. Odd sum. OS my simple form, right? Right. Next one. Again it is in loop. Again it is in if else is in loop. Again take I is taken as a next value for L. What is the next value for L? That is 10. 10 percentile 2. Yes, condition is true. Then present value I means 10. 10 is adding to even sum. Now 10 is adding to even sum. Next, again from this one, again it is go for a loop. Next value 15. 15 is divisible by 2. No, odd equal to odd sum. Previously 23. 23 plus 15. What is the value? 30. Is it right? 23 plus 15.
Yes, sir.
Right, 38. Right. Again it is go for next element. What is the next element, 14. 14 is divisible by 2. Yes. So even sum. What is the previous sum? 10 is existed in even sum. So even sum 10 plus present value of I. What is the present value for I? 14. So 10 plus 14, that is 24. 24 is in even sum. Next, again go for I. I is taken as the next value, 63. 63 plus 38, that is 101. Next, take next value. No, not existed any value in list. So condition is failed. Print the outside of the loop. What is the outside of the loop? Now take outside of the loop. What is the outside of the loop? So now I am printing the even sum, odd sum. What is the even sum? Even sum is a 24. Odd sum is a 101. That's it. Yes. First write the algorithm for this, and then write the code for this one. Write the code for Python code for this one. A simple logic, percentile 2. Taking one by one element. Here the key element is I is a taking one by one element from a list. L is like this. This is a L. So now this is a L. Yes, this is a L. 23, 10, 15, 14, 63. This is L elements. Assume that. Now I is a, what is that? That is a element. I is in support of a L, taking one by one for taking first one. So now condition. Is it true? Adding to even sum. If it is false, adding to odd sum. Next, I is taken as a next element. Next element. Now is it any one, either even or odd? Anyone will satisfy. So next one, take as the next one. 3, third element, fourth element, until all element in the list. It is completed to all element in the list. I taken one by one element from a list and check it. Is it divisible by 2 or not? If it is divisible, that is even. Otherwise, that is a odd. Okay, even sum, odd sum. Now finally, at the end means at the completion of a loop, I am printing the even sum and odd sum. Right. Yes, anyone completed? I will share screen and show me that output. Anyone? Done. 62. Can I share screen here? Vivekananda?
Yes, sir.
Okay, ma. Can you show me your code now? I'll share screen, you know. Hmm. Right, ma. Share your screen and show me your code. Yes. Very good, ma. Yes. Okay. Simple form. You are right, na. Awesome. Print. Okay. OS and ES. Is it executed, ma? Vivekananda?
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
I'll show you, sir.
Okay, ma. Show me that. Very good. Right.
Sir.
What about the previous one, ma? You have given different logic for previous one. Can you show that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hmm. Yes,
So
remove
the
function. Use remove function. Okay, you can write like this also. Okay.
so the
done.
first one is using remove function, sir. The second
Yes,
one
ma'am.
is using list comprehension.
List comprehensions. Okay, okay. Two programs you are right. Okay, ma, right. These also different logics. Good, ma. For J in list, if J, yes, list within a list comprehension, we are right. J,
Yes, sir.
what is the J? J is the
For J in list, sir. J is in list.
J percentage
If
X.
J
Hmm.
is 0 and J percentile Y is not 0, sir.
Okay, okay, okay. Ma. Second time. Okay, okay. Right.
Sir, here
First one,
I've
ma. Remove
used.
function also. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Hmm. Yes, very good, ma. Right.
Yes.
Good. Anyone, ma? Other than Vivekananda, anyone executed this program? Anyone?
So should I stop sharing my screen, sir?
Wait, wait. Ma. I taking reclaim host. Wait, ma. Okay. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, right. Good, ma. Vivekananda. Right. Anyone, ma? Like
Thank you, sir.
18, roll number 18. Are you ready, ma? Can you show your program?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Similarly, ma, TechTalk is also going like this, ma. Just I will share the screen, any subject. You have to present your videos. చాలా మంది డౌట్ ఉంది కదమ్మా టెక్టాక్ గురించి ఇలాగే ఇప్పుడు మీరు వీడియో చేస్తారు కదా స్క్రీన్ షేర్ చేస్తాము దెన్ యూ హావ్ టు ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ యువర్ టెక్టాక్ ఆల్సో అభిజ్ఞ ఎస్ మా కెన్ షేర్ యువర్ స్క్రీన్ అభిజ్ఞ
Yes, sir.
షో మీ కోడ్ మా ఆర్ యు రైట్ డిఫరెంట్ లాజిక్ ఆర్ సేమ్ లాజిక్ అభిజ్ఞ షో మీ యువర్ కోడ్ మా
Sir, can you see the code?
Okay, ma. Okay, ma. Visible, ma. Okay, you have to read. X and Y both are taking 0, ma. Why you are taking X and Y both are taking 0 here?
Sir, I have considered odd sum and even sum as X and Y.
X equal to X plus Y and Y equal to Y plus Y. Okay, okay, ma. Write the code for this. I am reading the R. R is a list elements, even sum, odd sum. Now I am write as even sum. I write as even sum OS, odd sum OS, even sum ES equal to both are initially I am defined 0. If I not defined as a 0, that takes garbage. Okay, ma? That take as a any garbage value. That's why I am taking as 0. Initially I am defined even sum and odd sum. Next step, what is the next step? For I in, what is the next step, ma? For this line. So I am writing this one. This is equivalent for this one, ma. OS ES equal to 0. What is the L? L, I am reading the list of integers. R equal to I am reading list of integers, integer number. Now, next case I am writing loop. What is the loop? For I in, R. R is a list here. But in our algorithm, take L. In program, I am taking R. Reading. R is defined as a list. Next, if it is true, then I am check condition. If I percentile 2, this is a simple logic. Like, is it divisible by 0? That is a even number. Otherwise, odd number. Now, even sum. ES equal to even sum equal to ES plus I, present value. Otherwise, else, colon, syntax. If condition, then colon, else colon. If it is true, then odd sum. OS equal to odd sum plus present value of I. This is the logic. After that, after end of this one, I'm printing the value for even sum, odd sum values. Now here write print sum of what I'm writing here, ma? Sum of even integer is even integer is, now I'm writing here yes, even sum. Okay, double quotation. Next, similarly, odd sum also. Odd sum. Sum of odd integers equal to OS. Right? See, now I am run this. Enter the list of elements. What are they, ma? 2310. Here, 2310. Next, according to our problem statement, 15, 14, 63. 15, 14, 63. Yes, even integer is 24, odd integer is 101. Yes, copy this code, ma, and practice it. Yes, completed, ma? Is it completed? Shall I move next one? Okay, very good. See, ma. Next one. The third one. Ma. Read. This is line is common for all four programs which contain read list of number. First line is common. Third one. See here. Read list of numbers and print numbers present in odd index position. Just tell me, take the example 10, 25, 30, 47, 56, 84, 96. What is the odd index position? What are the element that is in odd index position? This is, for example, 0, indexing of 1. This is 2, indexing of 3, indexing of 4, 5, 6. So this is position for indexing 0. So this is a list L equal to this is the element. Assume that this is L equal to indexing of 0, that value is 10. Indexing of 1, that value is 25. 2, indexing of 2, that value is 30. But what is the question here? Print number present in odd index positions. What is odd index position? 25, 25, 3 odd index position, 47, and fifth one, that is 84. Is it or not? Okay, so 25 odd index position, 47 and 84. So these elements are printed. Yes, anyone write the logic for this one? I want to print only odd index position. Like this is L, ma. Assume that L is like that. Internally store the elements. How many elements totally? 6 elements, 0 to 6. This is indexing of 0, indexing of 1, indexing of 2, indexing of 3, indexing of 4, 5 and 6. 5, 6. Now what is the element? 10, 25, 30, 47, 56, 84, 96. Now printing odd index position 1 means 25. Now printing this one, third odd index position and the fifth odd index position. Yes, anyone tell that? Anyone write the logic for this one? Oh, 62. Good. Wait, Vivekananda. Anyone try for this one? Yes, ma. Anyone? Except 62. Vivekananda. Anyone write the logic for this one? Yes, ma'am. Vivekananda?
Yes, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Can you explain the logic for this one?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right. Can I share the screen now? So
Yes, sir.
present your logic, ma'am. Later I will explain your logic, my logic.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Share your screen and present your logic.
Am I audible, sir?
Okay, okay, ma'am. Continue.
Yes, sir. Sir, this is the program I've written, sir.
Okay, good, ma'am. Within just
It takes yes, sir. It takes the input from the first line, and here it checks if the index of I in list is odd or not, sir.
okay, okay. You have take indexing percentile, indexing of 5% to equal to 0. Okay, okay, ma'am. Good. List comprehensive for I in
Yes,
list.
sir.
Okay, okay. Good.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good, ma'am.
So if the index is odd, it will print the index. It will print the elements.
Okay, give the output also, ma'am. Give the values, read the list elements and print the output.
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. It's,
1 minute, sir.
okay. Right. 16 odd index position. That is 1,
So
3,
it has printed
and
15.
yes, yes, you're right.
Yes, sir, which is in the first position. Then 16, which is in the sorry, sir. This is in the second position. I've changed it.
Fourth one also printed.
So this prints
Zero
numbers
also
which are
printed, ma'am. 0 also printed.
yes, sir.
Okay.
So this prints numbers which are in the odd position from 1, sir. And this prints numbers which are in the odd position from 0, sir.
Right. 12. Second, this is also 0, 1 position and 2, 3. Yes.
1, 3,
3 and yes, right. Good.
5, sir.
Okay, good. Next, anyone, ma'am? Yes, anyone, ma'am? See here, ma'am. Third one. My logic. See here, ma'am. Third one. Print number present in odd index positions. See this logic. First, initially, I am reading the list here, ma'am. Reading the list elements. This is the step 1. Okay, ma'am. What is the step 2, ma'am? odd index numbers. So now this is a list. I'm taking separate list that is loaded into odd index numbers. Separate list. First, initially, I'm taking numbers into list L. Second step, odd index numbers that is in that is what are the elements existed that is in stored into the odd index numbers. Now taking for I in range of length of L. So what is the L length? It is count with 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now length of L is a 7. Count with 1. Length of L is a 7. Now the range function take 0 to 7. Means 0 to 6. Now first one. Taking the first element in length of L up to range will take 0 to 0 is less than 0 to less than 7. Yes, condition is true. Length of L. L means it is a 7. 0 less than 7. Condition is true. If I percentile. What is I? I is a starting one. What is the starting number? 10. Indexing of first one. Right. Indexing of checking whether index is odd or not. If yes, printing the element. Else, continue through the loop. Now first indexing. First indexing is a 0. Now I is taken as a 0. 0 percentile to not equal to 0? No. So it is not yes, not equal to? No, it's not that. Then go to the else, continue. Again loop is repeated. Take the next one. I value is a 1. 1 percentile to not equal to 0? Yes. So append L of I. I means at present I value is a 1. 1 L of 1. L of 1 means that value. L of 1 means this one, 25. Take that value append to odd index numbers. Odd index numbers. Next. Again continue. I value. I value is updated to 2. Initially 0, 0 to 1. At present 2. 2. 2 percentile not equal to 0? No. Just skip that one. Again take next one. 3. 3. 3 percentile 2 not equal to 0? Yes. Then enter the loop. L of 3. What is the L of 3? L of 3 means this is a 0, this one is a 1, this one is 2, and this one is a 3. So 3 means 47. Take these elements, that is adding to odd index numbers. Next again it is go to the loop. I value is a 4th. 4 percentile 2 not equal to 0? No. Else continue. Means next one. I value is 5. Yes, 5. 5 not 5 percentile 2 not equal to 0. Yes, condition is true. Then I value is 5. L of 5. What is L of 5? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. This one and 5. What is the fifth element? Fifth element is a 84. So 84 is adding to odd index numbers. Odd index is one of the list. That is also one. Now again I value is a 6. 6 less than 6. 6 less than 7. Condition is true. Then enter. What is the 6 position? 6 percentile to not equal to 0? No. Yes. Then finally, which is print the elements. What are the position? 1, 25, 47, 84. Odd index position. Finally, printing the odd index number. Clear, ma? This is just commented line. Don't treat it, ma. This is a commented line. Yes. Write the algorithm and practice it, ma. Write the code for this. First one, copy the first one. Read the list of integers. Is a very important. How to read the elements into the list. Okay. Next one. Right. Read list of numbers. Read a list of number and print the present index, odd index. See one by one. See the algorithm. Write the code for this one. What's the first step? What's the first step, ma? In algorithm, first read the list of integers. Tick mark. Ma. So first read the list of integers. Now take L. L equal to, I'm read a list of integer. Then integer x, x in input, enter list elements, list elements dot split function. Use split function, split, split function. The default which is take as space. Right. Next one. Now reading first one is completed. Now I read the element. What's the next one? Odd index position. OID. Odd index position. Odd index number. Okay, ma. Odd number. Now I am right ON on. Odd index number initially I am set to 0. Odd index numbers as adding to this one. ON is a list. Odd index number. Later I have to add these numbers in ON. Next, what is the next step? So odd index, I create a list is completed. Then for I in range, take n elements. Now here for iterated, I want to repeat it. N, how many times it is repeated to that? 0 to n l elements. How many number of elements read from L? So that number of times the loop is repeated, taking one by one. Is it odd index position or even index position? Now take I in range. The range will take to length of L. What is the function? Length of L. This is a function at the end given column. Now it is finding the length of L. For example, length of L is, what is the length of L? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now the length of L is a 7. 0 to 7. 7 means takes to 0 to 6 only. 0 to 6. Now from here, now I am checking the condition. If, what is that? Reading I, first one, length, first I is a element. That is take the starting element. Starting element is a 0. 0 is percentile 2, not equal to 0. If it is not equal to, means that is odd index position. If it is equal to 0, that is even position. Now here I am right, odd index on equal to on plus I. Present value is adding to odd index numbers. Otherwise, if it is false, in case the number is not in odd position, else right? Ma? In case if it is else, just simply if not needed that number, use continue. Continue means skip that present iteration. Then after that, finally, I want to print the odd index position, odd index number. Then print, I am right here, ma, print, same thing. The odd index position is. What is used? So on this one, right? See here, this is a code for this one. For example, ma, L is a list which is delete the numbers up to 7 numbers. Now L is indexing position 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are all the indexing positions. 5, 6. For the first one, that contains 20, 25, 30, 47, 56, 84, 96. Now this is a case. First, I am reading the number L, enter the list of elements, taking one by one. So 10, 25, 30, 47. If you given the number, that is loaded into like L of 0 indexing position 10, 1 position 25, like that. It is stored into up to 6 elements. Then after that, on is a odd index numbers. On means this is a on is a one list element that contain the odd index numbers. Right. This is also have a index 0, 1, so and so, like that. So like that. Now I is in range. What is the I? I is a one variable which takes the range from 0 to length of 0 to length of L. Length of L always count the 1. So here not started with 0. It is count with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 elements. So total length of L is that contain the 7. Now initially 0 to what is the length of L? That is 7. Now take this function, that is take from 0 to 7, means that is take up to 0 to 6. 6 elements, n minus 1. Now here take the first element, 0 element. I is a 0th element. I percentile 2. So means I is 0. 0 percentile 2 not equal to 0? No. Then skip that iteration. Not added to the, not adding. Here, ma. What you write? See here, append, ma, like function. Append function, append of L of I. Here not this one, ma. This one, right? Append. On that, append of L of I. Right, ma? Now, see, in case if it is true, that is adding L of I. L of I is, for example, take the next one, odd index 1, 1 percentile 2 not equal to 0. Yes. So L of 1, that number. So see here, ma, L of 1. L of 1 means, what is L of 1, ma? This is assume that one number. So this number is adding to append. Append means append to on. On is a one list. So in on, it is in adding the odd numbers. What is the first one? Zero indexing. This name is called on, odd index number, short form in, right? So what is the starting number? Starting number stored as, starting number is a 25. Next one, third one, indexing 2. 2 percentile 2 not equal to 0. No, condition is not satisfied. Not satisfied. Then skip that iteration. Next, third one, 47. Indexing position is 3. Yes. So this is satisfied. L of 3. What is L of 3? 47. 47 is appending to on numbers. So this is indexing position 1. Next one, ma. So this is not satisfied. Skip that. Next one, 84. 84 is the indexing as this one, fourth indexing. This one is a fifth indexing. Now fifth indexing, not yes. I means 5 percentile 2 not equal to 0. Yes. So this is L of 5. What is the L of 5? L of 5 is the 84. 84 is append to on. 84 is append to odd index number. Then next one is not satisfied. Skip. Next one, no, not existed any elements here. So skip that. Now outside of the loop, the for loop comes the outside. Then it is printed the on elements one by one. What is the odd index function? The number in odd indexing 25, 47, 84. Right, man? Now see output of this one. Enter the elements. Similar for whatever the elements in problem statement, take that elements only. For the elements 10, 20, 30, 40, 30, 47. Not comma, not separated with comma. Just only space. If he given comma, that's not treated because of I am writing still function, just only space. In case if you take as a comma, that is not read that numbers. For example, if I run this one, given the elements as like this, comma. So it's not treated. Still function, integer still function that is not separated with a comma. For example, if I changes to this spill function with comma, so given as a separated with comma, then this time it is accepted. Okay, ma. So control with comma separated all elements. So indexing position as 25, 47, odd index position 84. So this is 1, this is a 2, and this one is the third element, third position of odd index, third element. Okay, ma. These are all the 3 elements which contain position in odd indexing. Write down this. Yes, ma, completed. It's completed or not? Very good. Right. Go for fourth one. The next one, see here, ma. Fourth one. Read list of member. This statement is common for this all 4 programs, ma. Read list of member. This line is common. Read list of member and remove the duplicate number from it. Get it or not? Remove duplicate numbers. List supported for duplicate elements, but in list we have entered a duplicate element, but this program will work for remove the duplicate elements. Enter a list with duplicate elements like 10, 20, 40, 10. 10 is again repeated. 50, 30, 20 is repeated. Again 10, 80. So from this one, we have removed the duplicate elements. Now finally you get 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 81. This is a programmer. Remove the duplicate elements. How? How can remove the duplicate elements? Anyone have an idea regarding this? How to write the logic for this one? This is a programmer. Yes. Convert it to sets and reuse duplicate list. Okay, ma. Right. First, in this case, read the list of number. This line is common, ma. Like take L. L equal to enter list of number with spaces. Okay. Take this one. This is a common statement. Common. First, read the list of elements into a L. After reading, then is it duplicate or not? How can you find out that is this number is duplicated or not? If element is repeated and use remove list built-in function 47. Use count function to check if element is repeated and okay. I use remove list in built-in function and convert it to sets. Well, without conversion, use only list. Vivekananda, use only list only. Okay, that is also one of the solution, but use only list within a list. How to eliminate the duplicate elements? Abhigna, what is your yes, no?
So we can add elements to another list, sir. And if the next element is already present in the list, we won't add that element to the previous list.
Yes.
At the end,
Otherwise
we'll print the duplicate list.
Yes. Okay. Right. Use count function to check. Okay, ma. 47. Abhigna, what is your logic, ma?
The same, sir. I have created a temporary list and adding the element. If already element is present in that list, it continues to the next element.
Yes. Check it. The element is existed in a list or not. If it is not there, add it. Otherwise, okay, good. Count 47. Okay, ma. Using count function to check if element is repeated. Count function. If count function, how can you justify this one, ma? 47. If you use count function, just only counting repeated, and use remove list built-in function.
Sir, if we take a element and if the count of that element is greater than 1, we remove the duplicate.
Try it, ma. Try it. We'll see now. Try, ma. Try this. Your logic. Okay.
So, but when we remove duplicates, the indexes will change, no, sir. Indices will change. It will return an index error, sir.
Yes, there's also problem. Yes, ma. Next, any other logics, ma? Any other logic? Try to your own methods, ma. Whatever your logic, try that one. And my method also explain, ma. Here I am right. Reading first step. Reading numbers into list. This is a common. I am taking result is a one list element. Okay. Here, ma, I in L. Iterating over the list of elements, taking one by one, simple thing. Iterating over the list of elements. I take in one by one element from L. If I not in result. If I not in result. What is the result? Result is initially empty. So first element is added. Append I is adding to result. In case if element is already existed, like taking 10, no issue. Then next 20. Draw like this. What is that? First read list elements. Take this one. Ma. How many elements total? 10, 20, 30, 40. Total 9 elements. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, ma. Try to write the code for this one. Yes, ma. 47 by kitna? Code. Okay. Reading number. Okay, ma. L declared one for I in range 0 to n. L dot append. Input number is adding to L. Print L. Are you getting result, ma? 47?
Yes, sir.
Getting result now? Okay, okay. Reading number here. That number is for I in 0 to n. N numbers you are reading, that number is adding to L. Okay, print L. K in L. K is a sub. Okay, ma. K in L. K in L. L count greater than or equal to 1. K dot L dot remove K. Print L. Okay, okay. Okay, ma, right. See here, this logics. Now reading here, ma, first L numbers, same numbers I read it here. 10, 20, 40, 10, 50, 30, 20, 10, 80. So all elements stored into L. Now here finding duplicate element, remove the duplicate element. That is our condition. Now take one list, that is result for I in L. So I in L, taking iterate over the list of elements. First I is a part of L. Now take the first element. I is taken as a first element. If I not in results, so result is also another list, that is initially that is empty list. That is empty list. Result indexing 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on like that. So result initially that is 0. If I not in result, so first element not in result, so adding to 10. Next one, so that is adding append I to result. Next one again for I is updated, I indexing is updated, then that is take the second element, indexing of first element, that is 20. Now 20 is existed in result, check it now. If I not in results, so I not in results, then which is added to results, append I which is adding to results. Next one, again take third element. What is the third element? 40. 40 is not existed in list. Then again it is adding to list results. Next 10. 10 is already existed. If I not in results, so this condition, if it is not present in the resultant list, then it is going to append. Now 10 is in the third position, that is already existed. 10 is already existed. So simply that is remove now. Not in results. RES is not in RES. RES is a final result eliminating the list. So this already contained 10. Now third position element is not stored into the results. Next one, I in fourth one, 50 not existed, so not in results, so it is adding to RES. Next one, 51 not in, 30 not in results, so add it. Next one, 20 is already existed, just skip that one. 10 already existed, 80, now 80, so which is adding to results. This is a logic. So now final result that contains eliminate the duplicate elements. So what is the logic you perform? Taking I in L, taking one by one element that is present in results or not. If it is not there, adding to results. If it is not in results, adding to results. Otherwise it is skip that one. Clear, ma? Very good. Now write the code for this one. L. Now taking results. RES. For loop for I in L. For I in list. I taking one by one element from the list. Okay, ma. Now if not in, how to write that one, ma? Not in. Directly write him. If I not in results, directly write like this. If I not in RES. If the element is not existed, that is adding to results. Results dot append. Append is a function which is adding the list of elements, list of I element. Right. In case after the completion of this step, see, now outside of the loop, now I am printing the list of elements. Duplicate is the list without duplicate is. Now final result will be displayed. RES. Read ma? Simple. So if I in L, so taking I taking one by one element from list. I not in RES. Initially RES is a empty list. So first element is adding. Next second element, whenever come the second element, that element is comparison in I in L. Taking second element, I in result or not. If not there, that is I is adding to results list. Otherwise, it is skip that. Now see. Right. Enter the list of elements. Control V. Then see here. What happened here? Literal. Fill function with comma, separated with comma. Now I remove here. Fill function, here given that comma. Now spaces. Right, no? 10, 20, 40, 50, 30, 80. But not contain the repeated element of the final result. Copy this one. Yes, ma, completed. See, right. This is programs for week 3 list. Okay, ma? Now see week 4. Week 4. So week 4, the all problems we'll see on tuple. See some concept of tuple now. What's the tuple difference of tuple and list? Is there any difference, ma? Both are same, and is it there any
List
difference?
is mutable, tuple is immutable.
Yes, ma, very good. So mutable and immutable changes happen in one, changes happen in list, but does not changes happen in tuple. See some basic concepts on tuple, ma. Dictionary tuple list. See here, first the declaration of X. The see first one, parenthesis. So open parenthesis and close parenthesis. This is indication for a tuple. Now list, that is defined to square brackets. Okay, square brackets. If X equal to, if you define like this, previous all programs we have to mention that square brackets. My left side and right side we have to mention the square brackets. Left and right we have to mention square brackets, no? But in tuple it is left parenthesis and right parenthesis. Print X, type of X, if you define like this parenthesis, that is taken as a tuple. Even we don't have given any parenthesis, that is defaultly take for a tuple. Now finally I am printing the length of X. What is the length of X? Not have any elements, so it is a 0. This is first way we have defined the tuple. This is the way we have defined in tuple in first. This is the second way. Come on, second. Second way, how to define the tuple? Y equal to tuple. Y is a one variable which is acting as a tuple. Now I'm before parenthesis, I'm write as a tuple. Now y is act as a tuple. Print y, type of y, and length of y. Either first one or second one, we can define the tuple. This is the two way we have declared the tuples. Third way, I'm declared that on statement. What I'm say that in third way, I don't have mentioned any braces. So that is also taken as a tuple. Z is 10, 20. I'm not mentioning any parenthesis or square brackets. So that is defaultly taken as a Z is taken as a tuple. Now print Z, type of Z, length of Z. These are all the three ways we have defined the tuple, either first one or second one or third one. Get it, ma? These are all the three ways we can define the tuple. But tuple supported to duplicate elements or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, tuple supported to duplicate elements. List also supported duplicate elements. Okay. Tuple is supported for different data types. Is it supported to different data types?
Yes, sir.
Okay, supported to different data types like this one. 100 is a integer, float, boolean, and a string. So now supported to tuple will supported to different data types. And duplicate elements also. Tuple will support it to duplicate elements also. List also can support it to duplicate elements. Now here R equal to, I am write 4 ones and 2. Print R. So duplicate, it is supported to duplicate elements also. Different data types. And declaration, first way, second way, third way. These are all the three ways we can define the tuple. Clear? So now if I run this, now first one, parenthesis, print X, that is empty, that is type is a tuple 0. This is the case one. First one. First case output. Second case, second y. Y means that is empty list. That is the data type is tuple and 0. This is the second case. Y output. This is first one is X output. Next Z equal to 10 comma 20. Third one. Z. Print Z, type of Z and length of Z. What is that? Now print Z means 10 comma 20. What is the type? Type is a tuple. And third one is a length. Length which contain 2 elements. That is, this is the declaration for third one. Anyway, first one, second one, or third one, the tuple can be defined. Right. Next one, 10, 20, 30, which is supported to duplicate elements. Q, which is supported to different data types also. Q will printed that different data types. Q will stored in tuple elements. Tuple means parentheses. Within parentheses, you write your different data types or single same data type, or it may be the duplicate element. So the tuple will support. And last R is a tuple data type which contain 4 ones and 2. Now finally, which is displayed 4 ones and 2. Print R. Get it, ma? This is some information regarding to the tuple. Now write the code programs. Using a tuple, we can solve some programs. See, first one, is it clear now? First, this is introduction about tuple. How to declare? What is the symbol to use? Once here thing you are observed that once it has defined it, we can't change it. For example, I want to change 30. I can't change it. Just whatever the element you have defined it, the same will display. We can't change it. But in list, that is a possible. So and so position through an indexing, we can change 30 will have 300 or maybe 50. You can change that element. In a list, that is supported. Tuple, which does not support a list. Clear now? Shall I start with the 4th week experiments, ma? Start the 4th week experiment. See first one, ma. In the 4th week, see, ma. First, given a list of tuples, write a program to find tuples which all element divisible by k from a list of tuples. For example, take a all elements divisible by k from list of tuples. Now here observe that, ma. So example, first tuple, what is the tuple? I'm take 6, 24, 12. What is the second tuple? 60, 12, 6. Third tuple, 12, 18, 21. These 3 tuples which is in list of tuples. Here list of tuples. Within a list we have in tuple element. Getting point, ma? Now k divisible by the k. K is, for example, take as a 6. What is the output? First 6 is divisible by the first tuple or not? 6. Okay, 24, which is divisible by 6. 12 also divisible. Now display in output, display first tuple. Take second tuple, 60. Yes, divisible. 12 also divisible. 6 is also divisible. Now take this one. Third list, 12 is divisible. 18 is also divisible by 6. 21 not divisible. That's why it has to eliminate it. Getting or not? First, given a list of tuple, read the list of tuple. Within a list, we read the tuple. And then take k value. So all elements, whatever taking first tuple, all elements should be divisible by k. All list of tuple divisible by k, that is displayed in output. Second one is also divisible by k. Yes, that is also divisible. Third one, 2 elements are divisible, but not third one. Third one is not divisible. 21 is not divisible by the 6. So that's why we have to eliminate the third tuple in list. Getting, ma? Yes. Anyone write the code for this? list of tuples. In a list, we read the one by one tuple. Yes. Any logic for this one? Tuple, list of tuples. Yes, ma. Anyone? This is a problem statement. Week 4. Anyone, ma? Think it, ma. Think and tell me the logic for this one. Given a list of tuples. First, this one, ma. This is a very important list of tuples. How to read within a list? First step, you have to think that. How to read the list of tuple elements. Normally, you read the tuple. That is a very easy, ma. Just given the x equal to tuple elements 1, 2, something. Read that one. But here the question is list of tuple. Inside you write tuple elements, then outside these are all in list. Write a program to find tuple which all element divisible by k from list of tuple elements. For example, take a test list. Within list, square brackets here within a list, first tuple, second tuple, and third one. Taking one by one, and then which is taking one k element, which is divide all elements. First tuple elements all which is divisible by k. Now that is displayed. Even single element not divisible by k, don't display them output. All elements should be divisible by k. K is a one element, that is the all elements divisible by that k.